Hello, everyone. I am Natasha, your host for today. If you are new here, I'd like to let you know that we upload new English learning videos every day to help you improve your fluency step by step. In today's lesson, you are not only going to improve your English listening, but you'll also strengthen your vocabulary building skills and your overall confidence in speaking. We're diving into a powerful topic that will help you understand any English word without always running to a dictionary. You'll learn how to unlock meaning through context, how to guess words naturally, and how to train your brain to recognize patterns in English. Whether you're reading a story, listening to a conversation, or practicing English with a friend, these techniques will help you grow your vocabulary in a way that feels natural and easy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to understand unfamiliar words on your own, and you'll discover how to keep expanding your vocabulary every single day until fluency feels effortless. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss out on new lessons designed just for you. So, take a deep breath, relax, and get ready to build your English vocabulary with me today. Let's get started. When you first think about learning English, it can feel overwhelming. There are thousands and thousands of words, and you might feel like you need to memorize them all. But the truth is, you don't need to learn every word directly from a dictionary. In fact, depending only on a dictionary can slow you down because it makes you rely on translation instead of training your brain to understand naturally. Today, we are going to work together on a powerful skill, the ability to understand any English word even if you've never seen it before. By using your brain, your imagination, and the context around you. Let's start by imagining a very simple situation. You are reading a short story in English and you come across a new word. At first, you panic. You stop, you reach for your phone, and you quickly type the word into Google or your dictionary app. You see the meaning, but a few minutes later, you forget it again. Why? Because you didn't really understand it in context. You just translated it. That's not how children learn words, and it's not the best way for you either. Instead, the goal is to train your brain to stay calm. Notice clues, and make smart guesses that connect the word to the story or conversation. Let's practice this together right now. Imagine you read this sentence. She opened the window to let in some fresh breeze. Now, maybe you don't know the word breeze. Instead of stopping and checking, you look around the sentence. You see window and fresh. You also know that we open a window to let air inside. So you can guess that breeze probably means some kind of gentle wind or air. And guess what? You're right. That's exactly how you start learning words without a dictionary. Here's another practice example for you. Read this sentence slowly with me. The children were giggling in the garden as they played with the puppy. Now maybe giggling is new for you, but look carefully. Children, garden, puppy. This is a happy scene. Kids are smiling, laughing, having fun. So giggling must mean laughing in a light or playful way. And again, you've understood it without translation. Take a moment and repeat the sentence after me slowly. The children were giggling in the garden as they played with the puppy. Say it again with me, but this time, imagine the happy sound of giggling. This helps your brain remember the meaning naturally. You see, words are not just about letters. They are about feelings, images, actions, and emotions. If you connect the word to an experience in your mind, you don't need a dictionary. This is why context is your biggest teacher. Now let's talk about daily life situations. Suppose you go to a cafe and you hear the waiter say, "Would you like that beverage hot or cold?" Maybe beverage is new to you, but look at the situation. You are in a cafe, and the waiter is offering you something hot or cold. It must be a drink. Yes, beverage means drink. Isn't it amazing how you can discover meanings just from the environment? Here's another real-life exercise for you to practice. Imagine you're watching a movie and one character says, "I can't believe how enormous that building is." If enormous is new, don't stop the movie. Just look at the situation. They are staring at a building. The tone of voice shows surprise. Enormous must mean very big. Repeat it with me. Enormous means very big. Now try saying the sentence out loud. That building is enormous. Picture a huge building in your mind while you say it. The key idea here is that your brain is much smarter than you think. It has the ability to solve little puzzles when you see or hear new words. Every sentence gives you hints, like a detective solving a mystery. And the more you practice, the stronger this skill becomes. Let's do a little mini exercise right now to test your detective skills. Listen to this sentence. After the long hike, they were completely exhausted and sat down on the grass to rest. Which word might be new for you? Yes, exhausted. Now think. They had a long hike. They sat down on the grass to rest. What do people feel after hard physical activity? They feel very tired. So exhausted must mean very tired. Say it with me. Exhausted means very tired. Good job. This is exactly how you grow your vocabulary naturally. Now, let's build on this with repetition practice. I will give you a few sentences, and you try to guess the meaning of the new word in each. Don't worry if your guess is not perfect, because even guessing is training your brain to think in English. Ready? The little boy was shivering in the cold winter air. What could shivering mean? Think, cold winter air. Your body shakes when it's cold. So, shivering means shaking because of cold. Say it with me slowly. Shivering means shaking because of cold. Here's the next one. She glanced at her watch before leaving the house. The new word is glanced. Situation, watch before leaving. You don't stare at your watch for a long time. You look quickly. So, glanced means looked quickly. Say it with me. Glanced means looked quickly. Another one. The garden was filled with vibrant flowers in the spring. The new word is vibrant. Flowers, spring, garden, bright, colorful, full of life. So vibrant means bright and full of energy. Say it with me. Vibrant means bright and full of energy. Each time you do this exercise, you are actually training your brain to stop translating and to start thinking in English. And the more you do it, the faster you become at understanding new words instantly. Here's a very powerful trick I want to share with you. Instead of trying to memorize words alone, always keep them inside a story or a picture in your mind. For example, don't just learn the word shivering. Imagine yourself on a snowy morning, standing outside, shaking because you forgot your jacket. That picture will stick in your memory much longer than a dictionary definition. Let's try a longer practice passage now. Listen carefully. When the lights went out during the storm, Emma felt a sudden surge of panic, but then she quickly lit a candle and calmed down. The new word is surge. You can guess from the sentence. The lights went out. Emma felt panic, but only for a short moment. A sudden, strong feeling. That's surge. Surge means a sudden, strong increase of emotion or energy. Repeat it with me. Surge means a sudden, strong increase. Now say the whole sentence again. She felt a sudden surge of panic. Notice how your mind connects the feeling to the word. That's how you build vocabulary naturally. Another one. The teacher commended the students for their hard work. The new word is commended. The sentence tells you, teacher, students, hard work. What does a teacher usually do in this case? She praises them. So commended means praised. Repeat it with me. Commended means praised. Then say, the teacher commended the students for their hard work. Great job! The secret to mastering vocabulary is practice. Practice. And more practice. You don't need to memorize endless word lists. You need to meet words inside real situations again and again. That's why listening, reading, and speaking are so important. They give your brain thousands of opportunities to notice patterns and absorb words naturally. As we continue, I'll give you even more examples, exercises, and little stories that will help you strengthen this skill. And by the end of this session, you'll realize that you don't have to be afraid of unknown words anymore. Instead, you can welcome them as chances to grow. Sometimes when learners see a new word, they immediately think, I don't know this, so I can't understand the sentence. But this is not true. You don't always need to know the exact dictionary meaning to understand the whole idea. In fact, native speakers often guess meanings too when they read complex texts or hear technical terms. What matters most is catching the general idea, the feeling, and the purpose of the word. Let me give you an example. Imagine this sentence. The detective inspected the mysterious object carefully. Now, suppose you don't know inspected. Do you stop? No. You look at detective, mysterious object, and carefully. A detective usually looks closely at things. So, inspected must mean looked at carefully. Even if you don't know the exact dictionary definition, your understanding is correct enough for the story. That's the power of context. Here's a practice exercise for you. Say this sentence out loud with me. The detective inspected the mysterious object carefully. Now, close your eyes and imagine the scene. A detective with a magnifying glass bending over to study something unusual. That mental image locks the meaning of inspected into your brain without translation. Let's try another one together. After dinner, she decided to stroll through the park. Maybe the word stroll is new to you, but think. After dinner, through the park. People don't usually run after dinner. They walk slowly. So stroll means to walk in a slow and relaxed way. Say it with me. Stroll means to walk slowly and relaxed. Now repeat the sentence. She decided to stroll through the park. Can you feel the calm mood of the word? That's how you learn without a dictionary. This method works everywhere in daily life. If you are watching TV and you hear a character say, I was astonished by the view, you don't need a dictionary. You know from the scene, maybe they are looking at mountains or fireworks or something amazing. Astonished must mean very surprised or amazed. You guessed it right. Now repeat with me. Astonished means amazed. Let's practice more with short stories, because stories give you rich context. Listen carefully. When the heavy rain finally ceased, the children rushed outside to splash in the puddles. Which word might be new here? Yes, ceased. Now think. Rain. Finally. Children rushing outside. It must mean the rain stopped. So ceased means stopped. Repeat it with me. Ceased means stopped. Now say the sentence. The rain finally ceased. Your brain remembers it because you connected it with children running outside happily. Here's another short story. Although the box looked ordinary, inside it contained a precious gift. Maybe precious is new for you, but if something inside a box is described as precious, what could it be? Something very valuable or very important. Yes, precious means valuable. Repeat with me. Precious means valuable. Then say, it contained a precious gift. The wonderful thing about this practice is that you are training your mind to become flexible. You don't freeze when you meet new words. You smile and think. Okay, let me play detective. Let me guess. And when you guess, even if you are not perfect, you are strengthening your understanding and memory. Now, let's do some shadowing practice, where you repeat after me slowly and clearly. I will give you a sentence with a new word. First, listen, then repeat. Ready? The puppy was trembling during the thunderstorm. Repeat with me. The puppy was trembling during the thunderstorm. What does trembling mean here? Think. Puppy. Thunderstorm. Fear. Trembling means shaking because of fear. Good. Next one. She whispered a secret into her friend's ear. Repeat with me. She whispered a secret into her friend's ear. What does whispered mean? Yes, it means speaking very quietly. Whisper. Try whispering the word right now softly. That helps you remember. Next one. The baby grasped her mother's finger tightly. Repeat with me. The baby grasped her mother's finger tightly. What does grasped mean? It means held tightly. Yes. Say it again. Grasped means held tightly. See how natural this becomes? You are not memorizing isolated words. You are living them, feeling them, and practicing them inside sentences. This is exactly how native speakers grow their vocabulary, without ever opening a dictionary. Let me share another trick with you. When you meet a new word, don't just think about its meaning. Try to imagine a situation from your life where you could use it. For example, the word stroll. You could picture yourself strolling in your own street, strolling with a friend, strolling on a holiday beach. This personal connection makes the word part of your memory. Let's do a little life connection practice now. Think about yesterday. Did you stroll anywhere? Maybe you walked slowly to the shop. Maybe you walked in your garden. Now describe it to yourself. Yesterday, I strolled to the shop. Good. Or maybe, I strolled with my dog in the evening. Can you see how it feels real now? That's when learning sticks. We're going to go even deeper soon, with strategies to unlock longer and more complex words. But remember this, every word gives you hints. The sentence, the story, the feelings, the situation, all of them are like little arrows pointing toward the meaning, and your brain, with practice, learns to see the arrows and follow them. One of the strongest skills you can develop as an English learner is the ability to notice word families. Many words are connected to each other by a root or a small piece that carries meaning. Once you learn one word, you can guess the meaning of many others that look similar. This is another way to understand words without depending on a dictionary. For example, think about the word happy. You probably know this one. Now, if you see happiness, what does it mean? Of course, the state of being happy. And if you see unhappy, it means not happy, just from the root happy. You can understand 3 or more words. That's how your vocabulary grows naturally. Let's practice with another root. The word act. If you know act means to do something, then you can also guess action means the thing done. Actor means the person who does it, and active means doing something, not sitting still. All of these are related. You didn't need a dictionary for any of them. Now, repeat after me slowly to train your brain. Act, action, actor, active. Feel the rhythm. Can you sense how they are all connected? Good. This pattern is everywhere in English. And once you start noticing it, you can learn dozens of words from just one root. Here's a small exercise for you. I'll give you a base word, and you try to think of related forms. Ready? The base word is create. Take a second. What comes to mind? Yes. Creation. Creative. Creativity. Creator. All of these are connected to create. You understood them without opening a dictionary, just by recognizing the family. Let's do another one together. The word move. What forms can we make? Movement. Removal. Movie. Mover. Again, all connected. This shows you that words are not lonely islands. They are part of a big family. And when you see a new member, you can guess its meaning because of the family resemblance. Now let's shift to context clues inside sentences. There are usually 4 types of clues that help you understand new words. First, sometimes the sentence gives you a direct explanation. For example, she is bilingual, which means she can speak 2 languages. The phrase which means tells you the definition immediately. Second, sometimes the aloud intense uses examples. For instance, he enjoys citrus fruits, such as oranges, lemons, and limes. Even if you didn't know citrus, you understand from the examples. Third, sometimes the sentence contrasts the new word with something familiar, like this. Unlike his gregarious brother, Tom is shy and quiet. If you know shy and quiet, then gregarious must mean the opposite, someone who likes being social and friendly. Fourth, sometimes the sentence gives you a feeling through tone or mood. For example, she slammed the door angrily. Even if slammed is new, you feel the mood of anger. It must mean closed very hard. Let's practice together with some of these clues. Here's one. He felt jubilant after hearing the good news. What does jubilant mean? Look at the clue. Good news. He felt. So jubilant must mean very happy. Say it with me. Jubilant means very happy. Another one. The forest was tranquil, with birds singing softly. and a gentle breeze in the trees. The word is tranquil. Think about the atmosphere, birds, soft, gentle breeze. It must mean calm and peaceful. Say it with me. Tranquil means calm and peaceful. Now repeat the full sentence out loud. Let's try one more. He was reluctant to join the game, unlike his friends who were eager. What does reluctant mean? The clue is unlike eager. So reluctant must mean not willing, not wanting to do something. Yes. Say it with me. Reluctant means not willing. Good job. These little exercises may seem simple, but they are training your mind to stop looking for translation and instead look for hints. Every time you do this, you are rewiring your brain to think directly in English. Now let's practice with a short story for shadowing. Repeat after me slowly. Maria hesitated before speaking, unsure of how to express her feelings. Finally, she gathered the courage to continue. Which word is new? Maybe hesitated? From the story, you can guess it means pausing before doing something. Yes. Hesitated means paused before acting. Say it again with me. Maria hesitated before speaking. Try to act it out. Imagine yourself stopping, taking a breath, then speaking. That action helps you feel the word. Here's another practice story. The city was bustling with activity as vendors sold food and people hurried to work. The word is bustling. From the sentence, you can imagine a busy, lively scene. So bustling means full of energy and movement. Repeat with me. Bustling means busy and full of energy. Now say the sentence. The city was bustling with activity. Good. One more. The child was fascinated by the magician's tricks, watching with wide eyes. Which word is new? Yes. Fascinated. Look at the child's wide eyes, watching carefully. It must mean extremely interested or amazed. Say it with me. Fascinated means amazed and very interested. Then say, the child was fascinated by the magician's tricks. By practicing like this, you are slowly teaching your brain to notice details and to connect them to meaning. This is how you can learn any new word without needing a dictionary every time. Another powerful way to understand words without a dictionary is to connect them to emotions. Every word carries a certain feeling, and your brain is very good at noticing those feelings if you pay attention. For example, listen to this sentence. She was thrilled to finally meet her favorite actor. Even if thrilled is new, you can feel from the sentence that it is something positive and exciting. She's happy, maybe even overjoyed. So, thrill. It means extremely happy or excited. Say it with me. Thrilled means very excited. Now imagine yourself meeting someone you admire. And repeat again. I was thrilled to meet her. Can you feel how the emotion makes the word stay alive in your memory? Let's practice with another one. He was devastated when his team lost the final match. The word is devastated. Notice the tone. It's the opposite of thrilled. The team lost, and he feels very bad. So devastated must mean extremely sad or broken-hearted. Say it with me. Devastated means very sad. Then say, he was devastated when his team lost. Feel the heavy emotion as you speak. This method works beautifully because emotions are powerful memory tools. When you tie a word to a strong feeling, your brain doesn't forget it easily. That's why stories, movies, and conversations are excellent teachers. They are full of emotions that carry the words deep into your memory. Now, let's do a little role play exercise. I'll give you a short scene, and you repeat it after me while trying to feel the word inside it. Anna was nervous before giving her big presentation. Repeat after me slowly. Anna was nervous before giving her big presentation. Nervous means worried or anxious. Can you remember a time you felt nervous? Maybe before an exam, or before speaking in front of people. Connect that memory to this sentence. Now the word belongs to you. Another role play. James was overjoyed when he got the job he always wanted. Repeat after me. James was overjoyed when he got the job he always wanted. Overjoyed means extremely happy. Feel the excitement inside your body as you say it. Smile as you repeat, I was overjoyed. This exercise helps you not only understand the word, but also embody it. And once your body and mind feel the word, you don't need a dictionary to remind you. Now let's move into another important skill, noticing synonyms and antonyms in real situations. Synonyms are words that have similar meanings, while antonyms are opposites. If you know one, you can often guess the other. For example, you know big. If you hear huge, you can guess it's similar. If you hear tiny, you can guess it's the opposite. Let's practice with sentences. The movie was hilarious, and everyone in the theater laughed loudly. What could hilarious mean? If everyone laughed, it must mean very funny. So hilarious means very funny, synonym of funny. Another one. The mountain was gigantic compared to the houses below. Gigantic is similar to big, but much bigger. So gigantic means extremely large. Now an antonym example. The room was dim, unlike the bright hallway outside. From the contrast, you know dim means not bright, not much light. See how easy it is when you pay attention to clues like unlike or but? Let's try a little synonym-antonym game. Repeat these sentences after me and guess the meanings. The soup was scalding when it arrived at the table. What does scalding mean? Think. Soup. Just arrived. Too hot. So scalding means very hot. Next one. The street was deserted late at night, but in the morning it was crowded. Deserted must mean the opposite of crowded, which is empty. Yes. Next. Her handwriting is neat, but his is sloppy. Neat and sloppy are opposites. Neat means clean and tidy. Sloppy means messy. Say them with me. Neat means tidy. Sloppy means messy. This technique is powerful because many texts, books, and conversations naturally use comparisons. And if you pay attention, you can learn words automatically. Now let's practice with shadowing again. Repeat these sentences slowly with me. The child was drowsy after lunch and soon fell asleep. Drowsy means sleepy. The party was lively with music and dancing all night. Lively means full of energy. She was cautious while crossing the busy street. Cautious means careful by repeating, feeling, and connecting. You are doing real vocabulary training that makes you independent from the dictionary. Another tip that works very well is to use your surroundings. When you walk outside, look around and try to name what you see in English. If you don't know the exact word, describe it with what you do know, and your brain will often guess the missing piece. For example, if you don't know the word bench, you can say, "It's the thing where people sit in the park." Later, when you hear or read bench, you'll connect it instantly. Let's practice this description method. I'll give you a word, and you try to describe it in English without translating. The word is umbrella. How can you describe it? Maybe, "It's the thing you use when it rains to keep dry." Perfect. Now the word ladder. You can say, "It's the thing you climb to reach something high." Yes. Next word, mirror. Describe it. "It's the glass you look at to see your reflection." Very good. See how you explained the words without translating? That is exactly how your brain can learn naturally. Sometimes a single picture in your mind can explain more than any dictionary ever could. When you hear a new word, imagine a small scene around it. This technique is called visualization, and it makes learning faster. For example, let's take the word wander. If you read, "He wandered through the forest for hours," what do you imagine? You probably see a person walking slowly, without a clear path, just exploring. That picture shows you that wander means to walk without a fixed direction. Now repeat after me. He wandered through the forest for hours. Imagine yourself in the forest, walking slowly and peacefully. Here's another. The kids scampered to the playground as soon as school ended. If scampered is new, close your eyes and imagine children running quickly and playfully. That image gives the meaning. Scampered means ran quickly in a playful way. Say it with me. The kids scampered to the playground. Feel their energy as you repeat it. Visualization also works beautifully with feelings. Imagine this sentence. She glared at him after the argument. The word is glared. If you picture her angry face staring with sharp eyes, you immediately know it means looked angrily. Say it. She glared at him. Act it out with your own eyes to feel the word. Now let's practice a little series together. Repeat these sentences after me while you imagine the action. The baby crawled across the floor. Crawled means moved on hands and knees. The boy leapt into the swimming pool. Leapt means jumped. The leaves rustled in the wind. Rustled means made a soft sound while moving. Each time you say it, make a small picture in your head, and the word will stay longer. Another powerful trick is noticing prefixes and suffixes. These are little parts added to words that change their meaning. If you know the parts, you can often guess the meaning without looking it up. For example, "un" often means not. If you know comfortable, then uncomfortable means not comfortable. If you know happy, then unhappy means not happy. It's simple, but very effective. Suffixes work the same way. For example, "er" often means a person who does something. Teach becomes teacher. Write becomes writer. Sing becomes singer. Even if you didn't know the word before, you can understand it from the pattern. Let's practice this quickly. What does driver mean? Yes, a person who drives. What does dancer mean? A person who dances. What does reader mean? A person who reads. Let's practice with C. Intenses. The writer finished her new book. You can guess writer means someone who writes books. The singer performed on stage. A singer is someone who sings. The builder worked hard all day. A builder is someone who builds. You see the pattern, and you don't need a dictionary to explain it. Let's shadow together. Repeat with me slowly. The teacher helped the student. The worker repaired the car. The painter colored the wall. Notice how each word describes a person by the action they do. This way, you can understand dozens of new words just from a single suffix. Another helpful suffix is ness, which changes an adjective into a noun. For example, happy becomes happiness. Sad becomes sadness. Dark becomes darkness. Now you can guess the meaning even if you see it for the first time. Happiness means the state of being happy. Sadness means the state of being sad. Let's practice. Her kindness made everyone smile. Kindness comes from kind. The darkness of the room scared him. Darkness comes from dark. The sweetness of the cake surprised her. Sweetness comes from sweet. Each time you meet these little building blocks in English, you are unlocking the language step by step. It's like having a secret key that opens many doors at once. Now let's bring it back to daily life. Imagine you are shopping and you see a sign that says refundable. Even if you never saw it before, you know fund means money and able means possible, so refundable must mean possible to get money back. You didn't check a dictionary, you just solved the puzzle. Isn't that amazing? This technique makes English less scary and more playful. Each unknown word becomes a mystery you can solve, and each clue makes you stronger. Another excellent way to understand any English word without a dictionary is through repetition in different situations. When you meet the same word in several contexts, your brain automatically builds meaning. For example, think of the word charge. If you see it in one sentence like, he charged his phone, you understand it means to put energy into the phone. Later, if you hear, the store charged me $10, you realize it also means to ask for payment. Then if you read, the soldiers charged forward, you notice it means to rush or move quickly. Same word, 3 different contexts, 3 connected meanings. Your brain collects these little pieces and builds a full picture. You didn't need to memorize anything. You just noticed. Let's practice this together. I'll give you a word and 3 different sentences. You repeat each sentence after me, then we'll connect the meaning. The word is light. First, the room was filled with light. Second, she will light the candle. Third, this bag is light, not heavy. See how the meaning shifts? In the first, light is brightness. In the second, light means to start a flame. In the third, light means not heavy. All of these are connected, and with repetition, your brain stores them easily. Here's another example, the word watch. Sentence 1, he likes to watch movies. Sentence 2, she wears a watch on her wrist. Sentence 3, please watch the children while I cook. First, it means look at. Second, it's a small clock. Third, it means take care of. Same word, different uses. Repeat each one after me slowly, and notice how flexible words can be. This flexibility is one of the reasons dictionaries cannot always help. A dictionary may give you 10 definitions, but real life shows you the meaning through use. That's why listening and reading a lot are so powerful. The more you expose yourself to English, the more your brain connects the dots naturally. Now, let's do a little active practice. Imagine you are telling a friend about yesterday. You could say, I watched a movie. You could also say, I watched my younger brother for an hour. And you might add, I looked at my watch to check the time. You just used the same word 3 ways in your own story. That's how you master vocabulary naturally. Another useful method is substitution. When you hear a new word, try to replace it with another simple word you know and see if it fits. For example, the mountain was colossal. Maybe you don't know colossal. Replace it with big. Does it fit? Yes. So colossal means very big. Or, she whispered something. Replace with spoke quietly. Fits? This trick helps you stay in the flow instead of stopping for translation. Let's practice substitution together. The dessert was scrumptious. Replace with delicious. Yes, it works. Scrumptious means delicious. He was furious about the mistake. Replace with very angry. Yes. Furious means very angry. The students were silent. Replace with quiet. Yes. Silent means completely quiet. Every time you try this, you train your brain to guess meaning on the spot. Now let's add some shadowing practice with daily life sentences. Repeat after me slowly. The little boy was curious about the new toy. Curious means wanting to know more. The road was slippery after the rain. Slippery means easy to slide on. The athlete was determined to win the race. Determined means having a strong decision. Each word became clear from the sentence. You can also train this skill while reading stories or articles. When you see a new word, don't stop. Read the sentence before and after. Ask yourself, is this word describing a person, an action, a feeling, or an object? Often the position of the word gives the answer. For example, in the sentence, the cat is playful. The word is describing the cat, so it's an adjective. Even if you don't know playful, you know it is some quality of the cat. That alone helps you guess the meaning. Let's do a quick exercise with this method. The flowers are fragrant. What is fragrant describing? Flowers. So it's an adjective, a quality of flowers. And flowers usually smell nice. So fragrant means having a pleasant smell. Another one. The task was tedious. Task is a thing to do. So tedious is a description of the task. If the sentence says it took a long time and he was bored, tedious must mean boring. This way, even the position of the word helps you. Think of words like little puzzles. When you find them, don't feel blocked. Smile and say, "Let me solve this." Your brain will use clues, context, and your experience to figure it out. With time, this will become automatic. Sometimes the fastest way to understand words is to notice the story that surrounds them. Every word lives inside a bigger story, and that story always gives you clues. Let's practice with an example. The candle flickered in the dark room. If flickered is new, imagine the picture. Candle, dark room, light moving. You can guess it means the light moved unsteadily, like it goes on and off quickly. Repeat after me. The candle flickered in the dark room. Imagine that small, moving flame while you say it. Another one. He clenched his fists when he heard the news. Maybe clenched is new, but fists, news, reaction. He is holding his hands tightly. So clenched means closed tightly in anger or stress. Repeat it with me. He clenched his fists. Make the action with your own hands as you speak, and your brain will remember. This is the secret. Combine reading, listening, and imagining together. When your brain gets sound, image, and feeling at the same time, it doesn't need translation. The meaning stays naturally. Let's try a short story together. Listen carefully. Sarah walked into the empty classroom. The chairs were scattered, and papers were strewn across the floor. She sighed, realizing she had a lot of cleaning to do. Which word is new? Maybe strewn. The clues are chairs scattered, papers on the floor. Strewn must mean spread out or thrown around. Repeat with me. The papers were strewn across the floor. Imagine the mess. And suddenly the meaning is clear. Here's another little story. After hours of hiking, they finally reached the summit of the mountain. The view was breathtaking. If summit is new, look at the context. Hours of hiking, top of a mountain, view. Summit means the top. Breathtaking is easier now. The view was amazing. So beautiful it almost takes your breath. Repeat with me. They reached the summit of the mountain. The view was breathtaking. Feel the picture in your mind. Now let's move into daily life examples. Imagine you are in the kitchen. You hear, "The soup is simmering on the stove." If simmering is new, notice the situation. Soup, stove, cooking. It must mean cooking slowly on low heat. Say it with me. The soup is simmering on the stove. Picture the pot of soup gently bubbling. Another kitchen word. She sprinkled sugar on her coffee. Maybe sprinkle is new. Sugar, coffee. It means to drop small amounts on top. Repeat after me. She sprinkled sugar on her coffee. Imagine yourself doing it right now. These simple actions show you that learning vocabulary is not about translation. It's about noticing life and giving names to what you already know. Now let's practice some shadowing with action verbs. Repeat each sentence slowly. He yawned because he was sleepy. Yawned means opened his mouth when tired. The phone buzzed on the table. Buzzed means made a vibrating sound. She hummed her favorite tune, and while cooking, hummed means made a soft sound with lips closed. Each of these is easy to guess when you imagine the action. Here's another fun way to grow vocabulary. Exaggeration. When you act a word with your body, bigger than normal, it becomes unforgettable. Let's try it. Say with me. I was shivering. Act it with your body. Shake like you are cold. Now. I was sneezing. Pretend to sneeze. Next. I was stretching. Move your arms wide. These actions lock the meaning deeper into memory. Words are not only ideas in your head, they are movements, pictures, and emotions. That's why you can learn any English word without translation, if you connect it to your senses. See it, hear it, feel it, act it, and it will stay. Now let's try combining everything we've learned so far. Listen carefully. The little kitten scampered into the garden, chased a butterfly, and then pounced on a leaf. Maybe scampered and pounced are new, but look at the clues. Kittens are playful. They run quickly. So scampered means ran quickly in a playful way. Pounced is what cats do when they jump suddenly to catch something. Repeat after me. The kitten scampered into the garden. The kitten pounced on a leaf. Picture it in your mind and smile. Now you know the words. When you begin to notice how words work, you realize that English is full of patterns. These patterns are your friends, because once you recognize them, you can guess new words almost instantly. For example, think of the suffix full. If you know beautiful, you can also understand helpful, grateful, and careful. The pattern is clear. Full usually means full of something. Beautiful means full of beauty. Careful means full of care. Grateful means full of gratitude. You don't need a dictionary to see this. Just attention to the shape of the word. Let's practice repeating. Say with me slowly. Beautiful, helpful, careful, grateful. Hear the rhythm in your voice. Now place them in sentences. The garden was beautiful. The teacher was helpful. Be careful with the glass. I am grateful for your kindness. Each sentence reinforces the pattern. Now let's look at the opposite suffix, less. It usually means without. If you know hope, then hopeless means without hope. If you know care, then careless means without care. If you know fear, then fearless means without fear. Again, one pattern gives you many words. Repeat after me. Hopeless, careless, fearless. Use them in sentences. He felt hopeless after the exam. It was careless of me to forget. She is fearless when she speaks in public. This shows that English is like a puzzle. Each piece connects to another, and when you recognize the pieces, you can understand new words quickly. Now let's practice with some everyday examples. Listen carefully. The medicine is tasteless. What does tasteless mean? Without taste. Her words were meaningless. Without meaning. The desert was waterless. Without water. Say them with me now. Tasteless, meaningless, waterless. Your brain connects them naturally. Another powerful prefix is re. It usually means again. For example, rewrite means write again. Replay means play again. Rebuild means build again. When you see this prefix in a new word, you can guess it has something to do with repeating an action. Let's shadow these sentences. I need to rewrite my notes. We watched the replay of the match. They will rebuild the house. Each one shows the meaning clearly. Now let's practice the prefix pre, which means before. For example, preview means to view before. Predict means to say before it happens. Prepare means to get ready before. Say them slowly with me. Preview, predict, prepare. Use them in sentences. We watched the preview of the movie. She predicted the winner. He prepared for the trip. You see, once you know the piece pre, you can unlock many words. The same is true for miss, which often means wrong or badly. For example, misunderstand means to understand wrongly. Misplace means to put in the wrong place. Mispronounce means to say a word wrongly. Repeat after me. Misunderstand, misplace, mispronounce. Place them in sentences. Don't misunderstand me. I misplaced my keys. He mispronounced the name. By noticing prefixes and suffixes, you save yourself time and energy. You don't need to look everything up. You can build meaning yourself. Now, Let's bring this into a real practice activity. I'll give you a short paragraph, and you try to guess the words from the pattern. After the mistake, she felt helpless and hopeless, but her friend encouraged her to restart and rebuild her confidence. Which words might be new? Helpless, hopeless, restart, rebuild. But you already know the pieces. Less means without. So helpless means without help. Hopeless means without hope.